Hello guys, how are we doing? Today's video is the first episode I have in a series I'm going to be called Mastering Modern Warfare 2 Maps or something along those lines. I haven't quite finished it yet. And basically it's going to be looking at the callouts of the maps and then some tips and tricks on how to play the map and use it to its full potential. So if you guys are really only interested in the tips and tricks, if you already know the callouts, whatnot, I'm going to leave a timestamp in the bottom, so make sure you guys click through to view that. However, if you are interested in the callouts and you want to sort of align your team or the four stack you're playing with, make sure you stick to the first section of the video, because that's what I am going to be going into. So let's kick it off with this sort of area here. I like to call this start like parking lot or car park or something like that. Depends where you're from, really. There is a hard point on here. I believe P7's here, which is bizarre to say. But this is called Taco. You've then got bricks, which is for whatever reason it's called bricks. Yeah, potentially because of that. Lockers in here. Red tarp or something like that. Yeah, and a lot of people tend to hide behind this blue car, so people like you just call out blue car or something like that. That's going to be that. And then we're going to be, let's move around the map this way. So this here is going to be palm heady or god heady or block heady, that sort of thing. If you say block heady, people are going to know what you're talking about, so we'll go with that. Then you've got truck or pickup under here, which is a common place for people to sit. Moving through to here, you've got trash, or trash is probably a universal thing I like to use. You've then got forklift in here. Some people call this courtyard. I call it bike, just because bike's one syllable and it's sort of just general area. And it's me and what the guys I play with use, and it seems to work well. So yeah, would recommend that. Oh, and by the way, that's gate, obviously the black gate there. You've then got tin or warehouse. Tin's preferable because it's one syllable less. Top tin, bottom tin, you know the drill. Now this is what I like to call courtyard, but some people call it square and whatnot. So we use courtyard, but as I say, square's just as applicable. Up here, it's a bit of a weird one, but you can get up here, and it's called creddy. If he's in creddy in courtyard or creddy square or that sort of thing. And then here you've got dark or Z or Zig or Z, whatever you want to call it, but I prefer dark. Back here you've got back alley, pretty self-explanatory. And then moving through to this back bit, you've got cop or police car, that sort of area. You've then got cactus heady here, archway, and then this goes into, this is actually what they call long. So you really only call this come out pretty much when you're in this sort of area, like P2 area. So yeah, that's long. And yeah, this is called yellow. Obviously that's arch, that's long, yellow. This is generally called mid-map. Like this is generally called like P1, so you don't really need any other callouts other than that. This is called lights, so you've got dark, that one, or lights here. Some people prefer to call this L, and then that Zig, or Z, or Z, whatever you prefer. But we go with dark over there and light over here, just because there's lights in this one and there aren't in the other one. Just keeps it simple. We then move to this sort of area here. So you've got P1, which covers this area. And then you've got rat. So this is what we call rat. I mean, it says forklift on my top of my screen here, but rat spot or loading, but rat seems to work well. And then that moves us through to tunnel. Obvious call out we've got there. You've got roof, which is if you're up there. Hedge or bush, but hedge works because it's you say bush, you troll people, I think. Hedge here. And then you've got this pretty much is called grannies or house or P2 or P6. So P2 is in here. So if you said P2 and people know the rotations, then they're going to know it's in here. Up here is P6. So, but you can say top grannies, bottom grannies. Some people will even call it green, but myself, I like to keep it standard. So it's P2 or P6, which is the top bit here. So yeah, P2 steps, blah, blah, blah. And then balcony, which is obviously a very obvious com. And then finally, it heads us down into this sort of area of the map. Here, this area here, like there's A, S, and D. So A, S, and D works because there's the bomb site on S and D's. Well, A bomb site on S and D is here. That's what we call that. And then moving down here, this is typical banana. Now, yeah, bit of a weird one, but banana seems to work. It's what pros use, and it's probably what I'm going to use just because that's the standard. And then you've got P4 in here. Some people call it barbers because obviously it's got a hairdryer and some clippers and some shaving utensils, but P4 works just as well, and then that moves back onto this area here, which is like banana heady or that sort of thing. And then again, back to cars or car park, that sort of area. That's going to be the callouts. Let me know if you've got any better or more efficient callouts, but that tends to work for me. So I hope you enjoyed this segment of the video. And now we're going to be going into the tips and tricks of Mercado. Let's go. So starting off in this car park area, there is a hard point here. I believe it's P7, the last hard point on the map. And there's a nice little spot you can see if you're chilling the hill here. Say, for example, you've got sort of mid-map control. You've got a teammate pushed out to the palm heady here. You've got bricks covered down here. And it's sort of your job to watch this area. This is a nice little spot to pick people off that heady over here. And sort of watch their push through from Barber or P4. You can also see under this taco truck, so if someone's challenging you weirdly and you're playing a bit of a ring around the roses, you can just shoot the legs underneath it. That does work as well. You can jump on top of this. You guys probably know all this already. And from here, without completely exposing your body to mid-map, you can sort of see down mid-map. And if you come even closer and edge away like this, you get a little bit of an easier angle to pop people off. So people aren't going to be looking for this. It's not expected, so it's a nice little spot just to bear in mind. From here, you can then jump up onto this thing here. You don't have to jump on the car first. You can just jump straight up on here. And that gives you another line of sight through the mid. And then up here is a very good spot because you're not exposed from anyone on your right. So basically, the hill from Tin to Barber, let's call it that, P3 to P4. If you know there are enemies there, you're going to see you've got pretty much the whole lane crossed. So you're going to have teammates in the hill or around the hill watching back alley. And you're going to be able to come out, communicate, right, one's hit tunnel, you're going to be able to cover this front area, you're going to be able to cover this area. Obviously, once you get a couple of kills here, they're going to know it, so it is an ideal thing to move once you've stayed here for too long. You know when you've outstayed your welcome, let's say. But yeah, great spot just to be able to watch people cross, and you can communicate to your team to say, right, you're expecting 2 back alleys to make sure you know 2 of your blokes watching back alley to chall out as a 1v1, and then you've pretty much got the whole cover map here. Yeah, nice to bear in mind. And obviously, you can come all the way across here if you did want to watch brick or something. This is something they're not going to expect. So, yeah, nice little, not glitch, but yeah, you get on the wall. And similarly, let's move around to this sort of area. You know what? Actually, before we do that, here you do have a spot. So AS and D on the map is right here. And if you're planted for this side of the hill, you will be able to see a red dot. The red diamond when an enemy approaches the bomb, and then you will be able to shoot through it. So if you're really cruddy, say you're in a 1v1 situation, you really want it. This might be patched by the time ranked comes out, who knows? But if you get bomb planted for this side of the map, you can then literally come around here and wait for them to approach it, and then you can beam them through here. Or just be the communicator. Have someone sitting cruddy in P2, say, if you don't want to get reported for walls or whatever, because this will happen, you can say, oh, yeah, he's defusing it, he's on it now, and then they can chow it. Simple as that. Let's move on to a nice chow spot over here. So we're going to be working our way around to P2. So from here, you can jump. From here, you can jump directly onto this wall, and you can chow here, check, and then drop. Obviously, there's not a safe area up there, so it is just a check spot. And to be fair, with the time to kill in this game, you do have plenty of time to be able to beam someone off that heady, like so. Yeah. You can also get onto this whole wall, to be fair. So if you want to be weird and you know someone's like in this corner, jump up on this wall, hop down, beam them as such. Yeah, and similarly, if you are on this wall, you can edge slightly to the left, as so, and you can watch the push through brick just here. And then you've got to sort of head onto that bottom door as well from this point as well. Moving on to this sort of area of the map. Obviously, you can get on top of here and then wide swing out, which is nice rather than just swinging. People aren't often aiming this high up. But you can actually get onto this white awning bit. So switch to your knife, jump, and there we are. And we're on here. This is a weird spot. People aren't going to be looking for this, but if you're covering this lane particularly and you're trying to catch someone off guard, that is ideal. So moving on to P2 sort of area here. So a lot of people tend to sit up on this roof up here, and there is a little counter spot to that, and it's right on the corner here. You stand up, you can see right to it there. They're never going to expect this, and they're never going to be free aiming this, but it's a nice spot to be able to clean them off as such. Moving on to actually P2 here. Not really much to say in here. People often sit here, so it's an idea to bang this door. But there is a little bit of a weird spot you can get into, and it takes, really, you want to aim for this dark corner here. If you dive, aim and turn, keeping your left stick stuck to the wall. So you want to keep the moving stick attached to the wall. And as long as you stay at ADS, you can watch people come in here. And it's no one's checking this corner. It's a little credit. Basically, you're just crouched on top of this, but you do need to dive to get to it. You can't jump. Then moving on to top, there's not really much you can say about top here. You can chow back long here. If someone's like just sat in that corner, you can chow there. But there's not really other credit spots you can really sit on up here, as far as I'm aware. If I'm going through this and there are things that I am missing, let me know, because I am intrigued. So there's another spot here where you can jump up to these windows, and it's as simple as just jump in, like so, and then you're up. See, I made that look really easy, but let's slow-mo that. So essentially, jump onto this table, lift yourself up on this chair. That's a vital stage. Lift yourself up on the chair, jump sideways up onto this corner here, and then jump across here. From that, you can't jump to that, so you do need to jump here first. And then from here, you can chow. This is the nice opening route for S&D. And then from here, you can also watch the cross-through tunnel. So if you know that sort of, you're worried that they're going to be rotating, you can watch the tunnel cross here, as well as wide swing out, kill people that way. And then similarly, you can jump across to this one as well. And there's just a different angle to watch. You can see that door, and then you can challenge anyone who's chilling at the top or hiding up there. Next off, we've got a couple of bits we can do on this wall. So jump up on the table, mount on this wall, and then from here you can actually see right through that door. So if you want to watch that door for somebody who's in the hard point, watching the stairs, for example, you can communicate that, but it does leave you really open for the rest of the map. So something I wouldn't advise. Furthermore, if you are holding this hill and you want to watch this push from yellow van, if you like walk onto this umbrella, you've got a lovely heady to this sort of area. And if they do, even if they push through like hedge this way, you will be able to pick them off, and they're not going to be checking this high up. They might pre-aim down here, but they're never going to be checking this. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for this sort of area. So yeah, let's move into let's go tunnel. Let's go tunnel. We'll work our way this way. So there's really not much you can do here. However, there's a weird couple of things which I don't know if are useful. I don't know if they have any actual usages here. But if you dive into this corner, you end up being on this little weird bit here. And if you're, say, watching across or 1v1 hard S&D, I am prone currently. So if I stand up like that, yeah, so basically you're basically just proned on here, which means that when they're pre-aiming you, all they can see is like your head. It does mean that you will die quickly if you do get spotted, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's really ideal. Similarly, you can do a similar thing here. If you wanted to chow balcony, for example, this is a nice little spot, or if you just want to watch this area. And generally, this is often an unexpected place. They're not going to expect this. And again, I am laying down, so yeah, you have only got a small portion of your body showing. So P1's here, and often you do need to watch the cross from either side. So say, for example, you're here, you're defending the hill, and you've got someone on this heady here. Instead of just challenging them out like this, what I like to do is back up, jump, and then you've got, so right in this corner, you've got a little box you can stand on, and you can challenge it like that. They're often going to be aiming here, but if you manage to get up here, you can beam them as so. Similarly, you can watch the cross this way. So I don't know really what you're jumping on. I think it's the umbrellas maybe, but you can jump up here and then watch the cross out of here. They aren't going to be expecting this at all. I don't think you get aim assist, but hey, it's worth knowing. You can also get on this box, so it doesn't look useful when I'm there, but say you come around this corner to challenge P1, you're not really going to be pre-aiming up here. It's a really odd person to spot, and if they're not expecting you, you are going to win the gunfight if you're up here. So to get up here, all you do is just simply jump, crouch, and there you are. You are open from everywhere else, but really if you're holding here and you want to be in a weird angle, people aren't expecting, this one is a winner. Furthermore, there you can climb up on this roof, this shelf, let's call it, and peek through here. Now this is handy if you want to watch the S&D cross from through tunnel. You can sort of sound or either way, and you can also like turn, and you are exposed from the back, so you need to make sure that you've got your back covered. But generally speaking, it's a nice area to be able to pick people off. But you also can jump up on this little brick wall bit and then jump over like so. You do need to keep the left analog stick stuck to the wall, so you do need to play pressing A if you're on keyboard and mouse, but yeah, generally that's how it works. And then if you wanted a weird angle here, say you've got someone is chilling over there, what I like to do is come right around here, jump onto this wall, back up, and then you've got a nice little thing. So similarly, I'm just jumping on this brick. If you wanted to do it without if you didn't know anyone was there, It's as simple as just jumping onto it and then sliding back a little bit, and then you've got the view of the heady just there. That brings us to trash. So what I like to do on this, say there's a hill here, I like to just jump on this wall and check the hill first off. But you can also climb up onto this wall, like so. You can't be right on the edge of it. You have to be here, and from here you've got like a nice run route. You can catch people off guard, and you can sort of go all across this wall. So if you get over to this sort of side of the fence, you can actually see into the Barber Hill here. So if you want to catch someone off guard and you've got a beam on you, if those doors are open, you just beam it. Happy days. If you can control your recoil adequately, easily catch someone off guard, like so. And a similar thing here, you can jump onto this brick and strafe over. Jump onto this brick and strafe over without falling off. And it just offers you a different angle to chow. And if you know someone's this side of the wall, you can chow like that, and they're not expecting that. I mean, you can't jump like that other than being on this wall. So jump onto this wall, jump onto here. You can see Barber from here. You can get a peek through to that little area here. You can chow hill from here. But more importantly, you can chow out from Wide Swing here, and then also check if anyone's sort of just waiting for you here. You can also jump onto this bike onto the wall if you're coming from the other side, and then chow down like so. Yeah, you can. If you also jump on these flowers and then jump onto this telephone box, flowers, telephone box, you can just see right over this wall here, which is a nice little heady. People are really unexpecting this because you can't naturally jump up to there. You are just waiting for people to wide swing here, and it's quite common for people to be sat up here anyway, so you will catch them off guard as well as anyone who's sort of watching this angle from over there. If you are sort of sat in this corner, this is something just to be aware of. If you're sat in this corner, your red diamond above your name will be visible through the... So if you're concerned whether someone's in this corner, say if you know they've planted bomb here and you're running and it's a 1v1, it's always worth just ADSing through these black things because you may see a red dot, which means you can be confident and then chow. But just bear that in mind if you are sat in this corner, that people will be able to see you through there. By the time you guys watch this, some of this may be patched, but it is just worth knowing in any case. Another good little spot here is on S&D. This is if I'm chosen to defend bomb this side of the hill, this side of the map, I like to make a route through here, bash the door open as such, jump back over the wall, and then you can sit on this bag here. And from here, you can see all the way through to this side, as well as their push here. So as long as someone's sort of got your mid, you can sort of make sure they can't get to this bomb at all. It's a disgusting spot to sit, but people are learning it. They are finding ways to counter it, so just be aware that you may get beamed off this heady. But as I say, if you've got gunny on you and you sort of know where they're coming from, you're going to win that gunfight most of the times. You can also get through this window here, so if there's someone being annoying at the top warehouse, you can jump onto this wall and then jump into here like so, and then you can beam them from here. But so say you're in here and you want to check the back alley across. If you ADS through the black bit, the door frame, you will see their red diamond appear through here as well. So that's a nice little cheesy spot you're going to be able to see someone with, and then you'll be able to beam them knowing they're there already. Also, if you know someone's on that window from here, instead of challenging out, it's always worth challenging back. This is essentially a head glitch. So yeah, would advise doing that. We're coming to the end of it now, so there's not going to be much more, but we're sort of into this area of the map, so just a weird little spot. Ooh. You can jump onto this little box here. Not sure how useful it is, but yeah, you can do that. And then finally, a nice spot, if you want to snipe in S&D off the rip, you can jump up onto this back wall. You can see pretty much all the way down the map, and then furthermore, you can move across to this, and then you can see the top windows in P2. Maybe catch someone off guard, because it's often they're peeking it, and if you've got sniper, easy pickings. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything I missed, please leave it down in the comments so that anyone who watches this video wants to find out about, they can. Do everyone a favour. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if it helped, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao for now.